Another Friday morning, another long run. Good morning. It is a little after 4:30 and it is time to get ready to run 15 miles. I'm feeling pretty tired. I'm a little bit worried that my eating was just off yesterday, so I'm gonna make sure to eat a big breakfast before heading out today because I'm really hopeful for a good run. Honestly, this week was just like very stressful, had a lot of work things going on. It just kind of felt like I was always like hopping from like one thing to the next just because I had so much on my to-do list. We go out of town on Sunday, so yeah, I've just been trying to get a lot of things done before we head out of town. So I'm very hopeful that the run this morning can just be a really big source of relaxation and a stress reliever for me, which I'm sure if you're watching this, you're like, running 15 miles. Relaxation, don't know about that, but I do really think there is something that's very soothing and like peaceful about just being out there for a long time, especially for like a lot of it not even listening to music. So that's what I'm hoping for today's run, really just hoping it can kind of rejuvenate me and give me the strength and energy that I need to power through last day of work today and probably getting some work done tomorrow as well. It's a little bit hotter than it was last weekend. Unfortunately, that was a dream. It was in the 50s, so it's 68 degrees, which isn't too bad, and obviously still way better than what we had been running in all summer. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for this run, and I'll see you in a sec. We are right on time, and I just realized I need to place another order for gels. My coach actually sent out an email earlier this week that was like, running with candy is like a great idea. Like, here's why it is such a great source of fuel. So since we're going to Disney and we're going to Mickey's Not So Scary, I'm actually gonna have a lot of candy once we get back. So I'm thinking next long run, I'm gonna fuel with candy, which I did a little bit when I was training for either the 50K or the 50 miler. I started training with like sour watermelon candy, Swedish fish, and all that. It's pretty good. But for today, as per usual, I just have my gels. I thought I had 4. I've already got one in here, and then I'm just bringing everything that I have left. And then also gonna try a different flavor of salt stick. We're gonna try the tart orange, which I'm very excited about. It could definitely go one way or the other. Like I mentioned, I think orange stuff used to really mess my stomach up, but the last time I had an orange gel, or the past few times, it's actually sat really well with my stomach, so fingers crossed that it's the same for that. And then just a quick overview, I can't talk this morning, a quick overview because I think it's been a minute since I've kind of run through everything that I'm using and wearing. I have this hat from Run Girl Club. It's literally just exactly that. Then I've got my Shocks Open Run Pro headphones, and I've got this shirt just from Amazon. These Outdoor Voices bike shorts. I cannot remember the exact style of them, but I love their bike shorts. And then I've got my New Balance Fresh Foam 1080 and Koros Pace 2. So 15 miles, here we come.
Now, and on tattooing, that's where the bar is.
Just hit mile 3, so I'm taking my first gel. I'm taking one of the ones that I can't pronounce, and it's like a lime flavor. It's really good. I'm really glad I found these. I think I'm gonna do a bulk order of them on the feed later today just because I've determined I like all the flavors. So yay. Almost 5 miles in, and luckily it has gotten a lot better. I'm not feeling as tired, feeling a lot more energized, which is exactly what I said I wanted at the beginning when I was getting ready. Something else I get asked a lot about too is my mantras, which mine are like very simple. It's just like, you can do this, one foot in front of the other. But I think something that also really helps me is like the second my alarm goes off, instead of being like, oh, I'm so tired, blah, 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 whatever. Just immediately thinking like, I'm so excited. This is gonna be a great run. I'm so excited I get to go out there, and just like flooding your mind with positive thoughts the second you wake up, because I feel like when you're just like sluggish and negative when your alarm goes off that early, it kind of infiltrates into the run. We're almost halfway there, which is so wild. ran into some of my friends, which is always so much fun. Seeing people I know on the trail gives me like a boost of energy. But I'm taking my second gel. Y'all, this flavor is so good. It's the, I can't even read it because it's still so dark, but it's some kind of citrus flavor. It's amazing. I just hit mile 10. I don't even know if you can hear me, it's so loud. There's so much construction over here, but my legs definitely are feeling a little heavy. I think it's all due to not really eating as much as I needed to yesterday, but overall I still feel pretty good. Okay, so sorry, I'm back by the construction again, but I just hit mile 12. I am obviously stopping to walk. I feel pretty good, but my legs feel like they're like 1,000 pounds, but I'm trying the peach salt stick chews. I've only had 2 other flavors. I like these better than the watermelon. The watermelon ended up having a weird aftertaste, so I'll let you know if these do too, but so far they're very good. Okay, I'm gonna try and finish strong and run these last 3 miles. It is much later than when I last saw y'all, which is actually kind of funny because I had told my friends I could meet up with them for coffee after the run, and then I just ended up finishing later than expected. They weren't gonna be there long enough for me to like go and see them and say hi. So then after that, it just like launched into a full like heads down, gotta get work done. So just ironic because I like didn't have time to go to the coffee I thought I would, and now it's finally the end of the work day and I'm getting to sit down with y'all and chat a little bit about the run. But overall, like, not my best run, but also not, definitely not my worst run either. And I think I talked about this a little bit in the clips. It's like weird, like bright, but not bright right now. But anyways, I think I talked about this a little bit during the run. It 100%, and like I can feel like I can now confidently say this just because I had noticed such a difference in my other runs. I did not eat enough this week. I did not eat enough yesterday. I like had this great lavish plan for dinner last night so I could be like fueled up, and I made it, and honestly it was so gross. It was so gross. I couldn't even finish the bowl because I was like, this is not good. It was just like so dry. I did something with the sauce, so the sauce wasn't good either, and Dom was like, it's not bad. I was like, no, it's disgusting. Like, let's call it what it is. It's disgusting. So I just like didn't eat very much, and even when I started, I like felt good, but I just even like my stomach felt slightly off. But I think all that was just because I didn't eat enough yesterday and it was just all out of whack. So I know I've mentioned this before, but underfueling is just such a big issue for female athletes, and I think it really wasn't even until recently that I realized that I wasn't eating enough either. And I love to eat. Like, I feel like I'm like constantly eating food, so just want to keep like talking about it and mentioning it, just because if you're dealing with a lot of like fatigue, not having energy throughout the day, feeling really crappy on your runs, my recommendation is to sleep more and to eat more. Like, 2 things that like it doesn't need to be anything like super analytical or like reading too into data. Like, genuinely, I would try those 2 things and see if it makes a difference, because I would bet that it probably does. So all that to say, it was still a pretty good run. I started kind of struggling around like mile 10, mile 11. It definitely took some walking breaks. I'm not sure if I caught those on this camera or if I only had them on my phone, because I was also trying to doing a vlog for Instagram while I was running. It's kind of hard to film for both. I feel like it takes up a lot of like my mental capacity. But yeah, I walked some, which is totally fine. But overall, I think my pace was about a minute slower per mile than last week, which I also just, I don't care about time, but just want to give y'all a reminder, like, you're gonna have so many runs where it's just like goes in ups and downs and ebbs and flows. That's all a part of running. It's totally normal to feel great one week and the next week like still have crushed your training, and the long run just doesn't feel good because there are so many factors that go into it. So I don't know, I hope it's encouraging just to kind of go through this training with me and hear about the ups and the downs that I have, because trust me, I have a lot of them for sure. But I think I'm going to wrap up this vlog here. I was going to do a day in the life, and then yeah, it just ended up, I got back, showered, and it felt like I just like had to launch into all my work, and then it would be like the exact same thing like it was last week, where it's like, oh wait, I really don't have that exciting of a day today, just because my work is kind of sitting down in front of the computer all day. But if you're interested in seeing any more of the day in the lives, I'm definitely happy to share more of those. I feel like whenever I do those, I try and plan them on days where I specifically have a lot of fun things going on, whether that's like getting out and working at a coffee shop, seeing friends, date night or something. But anyways, I'm going to close this out here, and I just want to say again that I so appreciate you being here. It means so much to me that you spend your time watching my content and cheering me on. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. I can't wait to create more vlogs for y'all. I have so many fun things coming up soon, and just can't wait to bring you all along. So for that, I will close it here, and I'll see y'all next time.